Portrait of the haunted house. Emma went camping with her friends. The campsite was next to an abandoned house in the forest. Her friends told her that the house was haunted and that anyone who entered it never came out. Emma didn't believe them and challenged them. If she dared, she would enter the house at midnight and take a photo. Her friends claimed that she couldn't do it. When midnight came, Emma took her flashlight and phone and headed to the house's door. The door opened with a creak. Emma entered the dark and dusty corridor. There were old furniture, spider webs, and bones around her. Emma started to get scared, but didn't want to go back. She wanted to prove to her friends that she was brave. Emma advanced inside the house. She entered a room. In the room, there was a torn bed, a broken mirror, and a faded painting. Emma looked at the painting. In the painting, there was a woman with long black hair, pale face, and red eyes. The woman was looking at Emma. Emma shivered. She took out her phone and took a photo of the painting. Just then, the woman in the painting smiled and reached out her hand. Emma screamed. Emma ran out of the room. In the corridor, she heard other sounds, whispers, laughs, cries. Emma couldn't tell where they came from. She looked for the exit of the house but couldn't find it. Everything looked the same. Emma panicked. She looked at her phone. The painting she took a photo of appeared on the phone's screen. The woman in the painting was smiling at Emma. Emma threw the phone on the ground. Emma tried to escape from the house, but in vain. She got lost inside the house. Her friends looked for her, but couldn't find her. The next day, the police came. They searched the house, but didn't find any trace of Emma. They only found a phone thrown on the ground. On the phone's screen, there was the woman in the painting. The woman was smiling. Birthday in the rain. Raindrops were sliding down the window. Dexter was watching the outside from his home's window. It was his birthday today, but no one had called him. His friends, his family, his girlfriend, they all seemed to have forgotten him. But he had always been nice to everyone, tried to help, never hurt anyone. But what did he get in return? Loneliness? Neglect? Disappointment? Dexter felt very bad. Maybe life had no meaning. Maybe people only cared about themselves. Maybe he was too naive and stupid. As he struggled with these thoughts, his phone rang. Dexter looked with hope. Maybe someone had remembered him. Maybe someone wanted to make him happy. Maybe someone loved him. He answered the phone. The voice from the other side did not sound familiar. Hello, I'm your new neighbor. I wanted to meet you. I heard it's your birthday today. I brought you a gift. Will you accept it? Said the voice. Dexter was surprised. He did not know he had a new neighbor. But the voice sounded very kind and sincere. Maybe this was a new beginning. Maybe this was a new friend. Maybe this was a new love. Dexter accepted without hesitation. Of course. Thank you very much. You are very kind. I'm opening the door. Please come in, he said. He hung up the phone. He headed to the door. He waited excitedly. The bell rang. He opened the door. There was a man in a black coat, a black hat, and a black mask. He had a box tied with a red ribbon in his hand. Hello, I'm here. I brought you a gift. Take it. Can you guess what it is? Said the man. Dexter backed away in fear. This was not a neighbor. This was a killer. This was a monster. This was a death. The man smiled. Come on, take it. I prepared it specially for you. I worked hard for you. I spilled blood for you. I took lives for you, he said. Dexter screamed, but it was too late. The man jumped on him quickly. He hit Dexter's face with the box. The box opened. Bloody and mutilated human heads popped out. Dexter's friends, his family, his girlfriend. They were all there. They were all dead. They were all dead because of him. The man wrapped his hands around Dexter's throat. I love you. We will be together forever. We will be happy. We will celebrate your birthday, he said. Dexter took his last breath. Raindrops were sliding down the window. The dark mistake, James was a wizard, but not an ordinary wizard, a very powerful and talented wizard. He was studying at the Magic Academy, but he was not very liked at school because he was very proud, arrogant, and conceited. He looked down on other students, defied his teachers, and broke the rules. But most of all, he was interested in dark magic. Dark magic was a forbidden and dangerous field. But James did not care. He thought that with dark magic, he would become stronger and rule over everyone. One day, James secretly entered the forbidden section of the library. There, he found an old and dusty book about dark magic. The book's cover said, Dark Souls. James opened the book curiously. The book contained various spells, rituals, and formulas to summon, control, and use dark souls. James became excited as he read them. This was what he was looking for. This would make him unstoppable. James took the book and went to his room. There he drew a circle and lit candles. He followed the instructions in the book and started to summon a dark soul. When he completed the spell, a black smoke appeared in the circle. The smoke slowly took shape and turned into a human form. James saw a tall, muscular, black-haired, black-eyed, handsome man in front of him. The man looked at James. Who are you? Why did you summon me? He said. James answered proudly, I am James. I am a wizard. I summoned you because I need your power. You are a dark soul. You have to obey me. You will do my commands, he said. The man smiled mockingly. You are very ignorant. I am not a dark soul. I am the Lord of Dark Souls. I have been trapped in this book for thousands of years. But you freed me. Now, I don't need your power. I need your life. You have to obey me. You will do my commands, he said. James backed away in fear. This must have been a mistake. This should not have happened. James grabbed the book and threw it at the man. But the man caught the book in the air. Then he tore the book and threw it on the ground. This book is useless now. I am free now, and you are dead now, he said. The man jumped on James. James screamed, but no one heard him. The man wrapped his hands around James's throat. James took his last breath. The man sucked James's soul. Then he entered James's body. He looked at James's face. He smiled. This is a new beginning. This is a new life. This is a new game, he said. The secret in the shadow. The hot, humid Florida air made Emma's skin sticky and sticky. She had traveled away from Miami to a quiet beach town. Her inner restlessness had drawn her to this isolated corner, but the silence would unveil dark secrets. As Emma walked along the beach, she noticed the shadow of an old wooden house. The door was rusty, the windows broken, but she felt something lurking inside. She pushed the door gently and went inside. It was cold inside the house, and there was a strange electricity in the air. Emma walked along the corridor and entered a room. Old paintings hung on the walls. One of them caught her attention. A woman was running through a dark forest, her eyes filled with fear. The woman's face was similar to Emma's. She remembered running through the same forest in her dream. But why? Emma saw a chair in the corner of the room. There was a blanket on it. As she sat in the chair, she felt a rush of cold air. Suddenly, a silhouette appeared in the corner of the room. It was a thin, tall figure, and its eyes glowed red. Emma's heart began to race. Who was this being, and what did it want? Emma rose from the chair with trembling hands. Her eyes were still on the dark silhouette. "I need to know who you are and what you want," she said, her voice shaky. The silhouette looked at Emma with red eyes. "I was once the owner of this house," she said. "My name is Amelia. Many years ago I lived here, and I was caught in a curse. Now I want to make a deal with you." Emma's heart began to race. "A deal?" Amelia nodded her head in agreement. "Yes, my soul is still trapped in this house. You can be a way out for me. If you accept, I can do something for you too." Emma thought, dealing with this strange being could be dangerous, but perhaps this could be the cause of the unrest in the quiet seaside town. What am I supposed to do? Amelia looked at Emma with red eyes. "First, you must solve the mystery of this house. My old diaries are hidden in a corner of this room. Find them and read them. Then we can solve the mystery of the curse." Emma began to look for the diaries as she walked around the room. Among the old pages, she found Amelia's story. She had once betrayed a sailor she had fallen in love with and suffered this curse. Emma looked at Amelia as she closed the diary. "The deal is accepted." A slight smile appeared on Amelia's face. "Perhaps you and I can be free together,"